Don't let this video flop. Plastic surgery's gone wrong, part 9. April Brown. From a young age, April always felt unattracted to men because she didn't have that big of a bottom. Knowing this, someone at her job offered to give her a back alley injection at her house for the cheap. She was very excited and said yes. She was scheduled for 4 injections, but she felt odd during the first one because the person that was injecting her kept leaving during the middle of the procedure. So she requested it to be stopped. Luckily, she stopped it when she did because she could have lost her life. She lost her arms, legs, and her butt, sadly. She's just happy to be alive and smiling today. Lesson of the day, stop going for the cheap and learn who's working on your body. Like this video for a part 10.
Wow. Listen, family, I don't want to offend any of you guys, but somebody has got to say this, okay? I know there are so many incentives of changing your body. You're going to get validation. You're going to get attention. You're likely going to get love, promoted, treated differently in your social groups. There's so many incentives that comes along with changing your body. But I want to say this, family. You do realize you can't pass these features on to your children, right? And while you change your body to feel better about yourself or whatever reason, how are you going to convince your children to feel better about themselves when you know you went and changed your body? Don't you think that they would feel worse about themselves being that they don't look like their mother or their father, whoever got these cosmetic surgeries? You understand? You can't pass it on. And I know a lot of times we get these surgeries to kind of help us with our insecurities. And I get it. Again, we got a social standard that since we're raised, they're telling us what we should look like and what mold you got to fit in to be considered attractive and accepted amongst your peers. I get that. But what I challenge you guys to do is change that. Start with our young kids. Start teaching our children that they are in fact their ancestors reincarnated, that their face, their body is a collage of every person that ever came before them. And you are not to feel bad about your body. You ought to feel honored to have it, honored to have those features and share the features of your ancestors' family. The media works really hard to make us believe that we are ugly and that we need them to feel pretty. Do you understand? And that could be with just cosmetic products or all the way down to what we're talking about today, the cosmetic surgeries, okay? Again, there's so many incentives. A woman could get a body change and literally change her life because of how she looks. Men have also helped to aid in this idea that, getting your body changed will get more of our attention. When in reality, you know what I'm saying? Some of the ways y'all changing y'all bodies, ladies, is just oblong. It's not even normal looking. Sir Mix-a-Lot said 36, 24, 36. And that was back in the day. Now, if we see women with that same body, we're going to say her body's not up to par. Her body's not up to standard. And the humans are still growing the same way. Who are we to change the standard? You see what I'm saying? So maybe there's a lot of media work that's put in with that to help convince us that that's part of this new standard. And we're falling for it, going and getting these surgeries so we can fit the part and keep up with all the newest surgeries and the newest looks that's going around. You understand? If we loved ourselves, if we were encouraged by our own selves and not needed all this validation from the outside world, we wouldn't be so quick to go get all these types of surgeries, family. Now, look, there are reasons that people get surgeries. Don't get me wrong. Maybe they had an injury. Maybe they were born with an injury or born, with a deformity or something like that. I absolutely get it. I even get going and getting surgeries to look better. I understand it, family. But I want you guys to understand something. On the flip side of that, okay, the negative side of that, people are dying, losing their limbs just like this lady. I saw a woman complaining about how badly the butt surgery hurt on her way home, said that she had to sleep, how she slept on the airport and riding back and how uncomfortable it was. And she was just crying, talking about the pain that she went through, that she had to endure just to get this surgery. And she was asked, would she do it again to have the look? And she said, heck no. I've seen women go and get these surgeries and then now want to get the implants and things taken out because of the complications or just how weird it looks because it went horribly wrong. There are situations where it goes right and these women come out of these surgeries looking beautiful, no doubt about it. But even in those instances, did they really confront their insecurities or did they just, get a placebo, so to speak, get something changed to where they don't have to see it anymore, but they didn't work through their insecurities? If we raised our children to know that they are their ancestors' family, reincarnated, there wouldn't be insecurities. And if there were, you would challenge them to work through their insecurities. Hey, if that's your grandfather's nose and you don't like your nose, learn who your grandfather was and what he was about, and know that prominent nose is sitting on your face is a trophy. You understand? It's your grandfather's nose. It's your grandmother's eyes. It's your great-great-grandmother's hair. You understand? Don't hate yourself, family. This is crazy. Love who you are. You got to be around you every day. Don't let this world tell you what you got to look like to be accepted. Don't let this world make you feel down about yourself so much to the point that you're going to cut on yourself, even if it means losing your life. I've seen y'all do some of the riskiest surgeries just so you can look different. And obviously, it's the idea that you think that that look is going to give you. That's what you're chasing. So yes, you can say, I'm not insecure, but you do want validation. And that's why you went and did that, right? Well, I love myself already. Right, but you would love you more if you had a bigger butt, right? And you see, it's like you're finding these external reasons to love yourself when I'm telling you, you got all you need inside of you. Why don't you tap in and create from the best of you and learn to love you, inside of you? We're so focused on outer appearance when we should be focused on inner development. I've seen you guys go get these surgeries, and these surgeries actually make your personality worse. You walk around with an arrogant attitude, thinking you're all of that, start mistreating people. And some of y'all were so humble and sweet before these surgeries. You understand? And now that you got these surgeries, you walk around thinking that you're better than everybody. You start judging people who don't have surgeries. I've seen you guys literally judging women for not having the surgery. If she doesn't want to go get a surgery, respect to her. You understand? I'm going to let you ladies know. I know that a lot of men don't talk like this, but you should ask around. A lot of men prefer women with normal bodies, okay? Seriously, that haven't been cut on like that. You understand? We prefer that. We like that, okay? So again, we know that a lot of men like the augmented bodies, but listen, there's a lot of men who will love you for the way you are as long as you love you for who you are, but it starts with you. You can't complain about nobody not loving you for who you are if you can't even find a way to love you for who you are. You out here changing yourself, feeling bad about yourself until you can get these changes. I've seen women go into the doctor's office, learned about how much it would cost to get the body changes and save up to get these body changes. All that time they could have been spending it learning to love themselves. You know, like I said, understanding that you are your ancestors reincarnated, that would do a lot for us, but they don't want to talk to us about that. They just want to show us this standard, these magazines, these movies, and tell us if you look like this will be your life. If you dress like this, fellas, if you drive this will be your life. And here we are breaking the bank to try to get this unnecessary validation where if you learn to love yourself, man, honestly, a lot of our family members would still be alive who done went under the knife. You understand? So I encourage you guys, man, men, start letting women know that they are beautiful in their natural skin, family. Please start letting them know. If you like natural hair, start letting them know they're beautiful with their natural hair, because a lot of times they don't believe that. You understand? If they're taught young how to take care of their hair, they probably wouldn't put all those wigs and things on their head when they get older, but because they don't know how to take care of their hair, not having the right education on how to take care of their skin and things of that nature, now by the time they're adults, they think their hair is supposed to be straight, so they don't feel comfortable unless they got a wig on their head. Or they think their hair is supposed to be overly curly with this baby hair on the side, so that they'll go by that. Wearing their own hair sounds like a nightmare to them, or it's completely ruined and damaged by the time they get old enough because they've been putting all this stuff in it, and it's not the right stuff to put in their particular hair. You understand? What we should do is learn our bodies and learn what it takes to take care of ourselves. Start there. Have a healthy workout routine. Have a healthy diet. And these ways, teach your children from a young age. If you want to look a certain way, hey, work out to earn that, because that's an ability of yours that you can put in time and effort and energy and earn a certain body and change your body. Genetics are a big deal, don't get me wrong, but you guys can work out and get the body that you want. Stop believing that you have to go do all this stuff just to look good, family. Seriously, as you can see, she lost all 4 of her limbs and the very butt that she was trying to make attractive from what she thought was attractive. And I'm sure if she could go back, she would. Okay, family, somebody's gonna love you even though your butt ain't big, ladies. Somebody's gonna love you even though you don't have big breasts, even though your waist isn't small. You understand? And I know you're thinking like, man, I want my life to look like a lot of these other girls who look a certain way. Why? And it's because you've been convinced to want that life. I'm telling you, family, all that stuff, if you actually had it, you would realize you didn't want that to begin with. You just think you want that because you've never experienced it. It's easy to think you want something that you haven't been around. Once you get around it, you realize, I don't want that. I don't want a bunch of men just chasing me for what I look like, and they're not actually interested in me. So I can't really call it love if they're only walking up to me because I got these body changes. You understand? That's like a man. If a man stuffed his underwear with socks and all of a sudden women looking at his pants, you understand, and they looking like they are all excited about it. How can he truly feel validated if he knows that's not him? He goes home feeling like he the man now, when really, man, any girl to get close to you gonna find out you're lying. And so how does it make you feel good? Think about how many ladies put wigs on, overloads amounts of makeup, the body tightening things under their clothes to make them look good. And now they have a man in their face, and they actually let that bring them validation as if they actually look like that. And he'll find out as soon as he gets close to you. And those same women will complain about men, lying about their income, lying about their job, lying about who they are. But you lie. You understand? It's so crazy, family. If you learn to love yourself, you'd stop lying. If you was a man and you loved yourself, you wouldn't lie about where you work. Man, if she don't like you, she can move around. You wouldn't lie about how much money you make. If she don't like you because she feel like you don't make enough, then she can move around. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to lie about your name and your background and all these other things just to try to make her like you if you truly love yourself, because you would know that if you play this character to get her attention, that she's in love with that character, not you at all. She doesn't even know you. She knows the guy you're pretending to be. That's not what you want, family. And then y'all say, man, I want somebody to really genuinely care for me, but you won't be genuine. If you want somebody to genuinely care for you, be genuine, and you'll get that. But y'all so afraid of being genuine, so afraid of being yourselves, so afraid of not being accepted. It's crazy. And they play on that to keep you in these lines, keep you going and getting these surgeries, going and buying these things that's not really going to add to you. They just add to this fake validation amongst your peers because they've unfortunately been convinced of the same crap. I promise you. I challenge you guys, love yourself. Look in that mirror and tell yourself, I am my ancestors. I am proof that I am everyone that ever came before me, and I'm going to represent them well. You understand? What if there's certain things in your DNA that would be unlocked if you would just learn to accept yourself? What if there are certain things inside of you that would be opened up to you, that the universe will open up for you, that your ancestor willed to you through their very existence? And now you can't have it because you don't love your nose, which came from your ancestor. What if you accepted yourself and instantly your DNA unlocked? All these abilities that all your ancestors worked on instantly became unlocked in you, and now you can do it. Wouldn't that be amazing? Listen, family, I challenge you guys. Learn to love yourself and put in the work to love yourself. It don't happen overnight. It's just like working out. Loving yourself ain't just something you can just say and do. You got to be accountable to that. You got to be consistent with that. You got to look in that mirror and tell yourself you're beautiful, regardless of a social standard. Don't use their standards as a template for you to love yourself, family. That's ridiculous. You are your ancestors, and that alone is beautiful. You ever saw an ugly tree or an ugly flower? You just see it as a flower. You just see it as a tree. You don't see them as imperfect or flawed, but you'll look in the mirror and say, you're flawed. How are you flawed? You say, well, if I don't like it, it must be a flaw, right? Whatever I don't like about myself, that must be a flaw. No, that's who you are, and you're beautiful. Learn to accept that. You're not going to be able to convince your children they are beautiful and they look nothing like you. Nothing like you. Because you've changed yourself so much. How are you going to convince them to accept themselves and you didn't? You understand, family? That's it, family. I don't want to be ranting, but I want you guys to truly understand that you are beautiful if you just accept that. Some of y'all going to say, Kevin, you lying. There's some people out here ugly. No, there isn't. That's y'all's perspective, and that's subjective. You are beautiful. If you have being, if you have existence, you are absolutely gorgeous. You are your ancestors reincarnated. Do not worry about no template, no made up template saying that you should look like this. That's crazy. The moment you accept that about yourself, that you are absolutely beautiful, that you are magic in motion, that you are your ancestors reincarnated, that you are a collage of every person who ever came before you. The moment that you realize that, you will stop looking in magazines for them to tell you if you're beautiful, or movies, or models, or your peers to find out if you're actually beautiful enough to be accepted. You will grow out of that. And anything that you look in the mirror that's not becoming to you, you will work on that yourself. If you don't like your body, work on it. Be consistent to it. Be accountable to the person that you want to be. It takes time. It's not overnight. You understand? When you work out and train, your body might not look like the person beside you that worked out and did those same workouts. Your body's going to build up to what you look like, making you unique. You understand? And that's beautiful, family. Be yourself. I encourage y'all. That's it, family. Be evolution. Be the change that you want to see. No candle loses its flame from lighting another. And if you were to ever find yourself in the middle of chaos, it's in the middle of that chaos that you find yourself. Peace.